The Los Angeles Lakers have officially added a new layer of toughness and offensive identity to their roster, confirming on Tuesday the signing of veteran guard Marcus Smart. The move, which brings a former Defensive Player of the Year to Los Angeles on a 2-year, $11 million contract, is a clear statement of intent as the team builds a championship-caliber supporting cast around Luka Doncic and LeBron James. The move is a direct response to a clear offseason need. After losing key wing defender Dorian Finney-Smith to the Houston Rockets in free agency, the Lakers had a glaring hole on the perimeter. Smart, renowned for his tenacity and point-of-attack defense, is tailor-made to fill that void. His signing follows other significant additions, including center DeAndre Ayton and forward Jake LaRavia, as part of a deliberate strategy to surround their superstars with experienced, role-specific talent. From an analytical standpoint, Marcus Smart represents a high-risk, high-reward acquisition. The upside is undeniable. During his 9 seasons with the rival Boston Celtics, he was the emotional heart of a perennial contender, earning 3 All-Defensive First-Team selections and the coveted 2022 NBA Defensive Player of the Year award. His leadership and playoff pedigree are exactly what the Lakers front office was seeking. However, the signing is not without significant questions, primarily centered on his health. Injuries have limited Smart to just 54 total games over the past 2 seasons with Memphis and Washington. The Lakers are making a calculated bet that, in a more defined role with managed minutes, the 31-year-old can stay on the court and recapture the defensive form that made him one of the league's most impactful players. Looking ahead, Smart's role will be clearly defined. On a team loaded with offensive firepower in Doncic and James, he will not be asked to be a primary scorer, a role he has never filled. Instead, his value will come from guarding the opponent's most dangerous perimeter player, bringing a level of grit that was sometimes missing last season and making Smart team-first plays on offense. This signing is the latest piece in a very deliberate off-season puzzle for the Lakers front office. After a first-round playoff exit, they have systematically addressed their needs, securing a dominant center in Ayton, adding versatile forwards, and now acquiring an elite defensive guard. It's a clear signal to LeBron James, who opted into his contract with the expectation competing for a title, that the organization is committed to winning now. Will Marcus Smart's defensive prowess and veteran leadership be the missing piece for the Lakers' championship aspirations? Or will his injury history prove to be too great a hurdle? This low-cost, high-upside gamble could be one of the most consequential moves of the NBA offseason. NBA experts agree on a shocking trade destination for LeBron James. As frustration reportedly mounts for LeBron James with the Los Angeles Lakers, NBA insiders are beginning to align on a potential trade destination should he push for a move. While trade talks have quieted for the immediate future, with James expected to start the season in purple and gold, the February trade deadline looms large. If the Lakers are not clear-cut contenders by then, James, who is prioritizing a 5th NBA title, may become more insistent on a trade. According to top analysts, a reunion with one of his former teams could be the most logical path to contention. Bill Simmons and Zach Lowe pinpoint the Miami Heat. Speaking on the Bill Simmons podcast, host Bill Simmons told Zach Lowe that he sees James's former team, the Miami Heat, as the most likely trade partner if a deal materializes before the deadline. Miami pivoted from its own title contention when it traded Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors, but in doing so, they acquired a collection of assets and expiring contracts that would allow the Lakers to clear significant cap space for the future. They have a flexible roster for trades, Simmons noted. Norman Powell is expiring. Simone Fontecchio is expiring. Haywood Highsmith is expiring. Andrew Wiggins is a player option next year for $30 million. It feels a little LeBron-y, Simmons added. If somebody came from a time machine and said, in January or February, LeBron gets traded and you had to pick one team, I think Miami would be one of the teams I would think of. Overcoming a contentious past. The NBA's all-time leading scorer won 2 championships in Miami in the early 2010s, but his departure from South Beach was not amicable. Heat executive Pat Riley publicly expressed his frustration with James's abrupt exit, while James was reportedly unhappy with his lack of input in decision-making and the front office's reluctance to spend deep into the luxury tax. However, Simmons believes that any past tension is irrelevant drawing a parallel to James's first departure from the Cleveland Cavaliers, which prompted owner Dan Gilbert's infamous Comic Sans letter. It ended badly for him in Miami. I don't think it matters, Simmons argued. He went back to Cleveland after the Comic Sans letter. If it's the right move for both sides, and if Miami can look at it and go, "Oh yes, we can win the East if we turn Wiggins and whatever into LeBron James." The potential trade package. In response, Zach Lowe agreed that a trade sending James back to the Heat is plausible. There is actually a kind of Heat reunion trade that, on paper, would not be insane for either team if it got to that point. Lowe said, "I agree with you. That would not be a terrible team for the Eastern Conference." Lowe identified one player who would have to be the centerpiece of the deal for the Lakers. 7-foot rookie center Kelly Ware. "I think for the Lakers, Ware would have to be in the play," Lowe explained. "I've gone out of my way to say I need a rim runner to pair with Luka. I'm trading, arguably, the greatest player of all time, and I need to nail the trade. So he's the piece I think they would try to get. A potential package built around Andrew Wiggins, Kelly Ware, and Norman Powell, along with draft picks, could be enough to entice the Lakers to part with James. Such a move would give LeBron one last title run alongside Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo, while allowing the Lakers to acquire a blue-chip prospect and clear their books to attack free agency in 2027.